We're heading out to recharge in Trinent, and I'm going to pick Hannah and Cameron up from school and meet them and their mums to talk about the opportunity that's come up for them to participate in the Day of General Discussion at the UN later this year, in September this year. So, the Day of General Discussions in September, Children Human Rights Defenders. In order to plan for that day, the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child, they want to form a children's advisory group from children around the world to take part in a meeting in Geneva in March to think about how do we plan best for the day in September. We would like to invite you two to apply to be on that children's advisory group.
What this is a pre-meeting for Geneva, because we've been invited back by the UN to go back to Geneva, which is pretty good.
I am excited to go back to Geneva because I really enjoyed it the first time.
Welcome to Geneva! I'm Hannah.
And I'm Anna.
And we're the Children's Parliament.
We went across to the UN to show our mural with 26 other children. It's an exciting experience. I'll look at it and find it hard, but I think it won't be hard. Like the work that we'll be doing, it won't be hard because like any other experience that I've had with Children's Parliament, like it's been fine and I've really enjoyed it. So it's a bit like nerve-wracking, but I'm excited at the same time.
1, 2, 3!
My name is Beatrice Schulter and I'm the director of Child Rights Connect. And Child Rights Connect is an organization that has an office here in Geneva, but the whole organization is actually a global network. So belonging to Child Rights Connect are 80 other organizations, very different organizations, big ones, small ones, networks from all over the world. And when we're talking about Scotland specifically, we have 2 members, and one of them is Together Scotland, which is the coalition, again being a network itself, and another member is the Children's Parliament.
Oh, no. Sure. Who believes that his daughter was born in a mountain?
Yeah.
Who believes that he made that happen?
What's very special about this day of general discussion, this has never been done before, is that children themselves help to prepare, help to design the program of the conference day, consult with children in their countries. And for that purpose we have selected 17 children from different countries from around the world to be on our children's advisory team. This week we are working with a selected group of these children in the children's advisory team. They work together with the committee and us to tell us how should we shape this program, how should we talk about this theme during the day, what are the main questions that they need to have discussed. You can't just, travel here and expect adults and children to be able to interact without any preparation. So participation is something that children need to be prepared, but also the adults need to be prepared, specifically experts at the United Nations who in their everyday life work with other experts and might not be able to or not be prepared to listen very well to what children have to say.
Okay. And one of the things, the children were reading the child-friendly version of this, and I know that Advocate stopped up special rapporteur.
And in order for us to be able to do that, we reached out to the Queen's University in Belfast, who are specialists on children's participation.
And this is a child-friendly version of a special rapporteur report. So recently the special rapporteur on the environment produced a report on children's rights and the environment.
So what I was asked to do was to advise the Committee on the Rights of the Child about how best to include children in its work. And the committee has decided that this DGD 2018, is going to be the DGD where they really push and improve what goes on in terms of involving children really meaningfully in planning, designing, on the day itself and after the day. So what I was asked to do was to work with a group of young advisors to see what they want in a DGD, how we can make it the best DGD ever in terms of child participation.
I'm Sigurd
and I wanted to draw the Nobel Peace Prize, but I can't, so I drew a Viking.
My name is Sigurd Mecklenburg Salvesen. I'm here as a child advisor for the Day of General Discussion. Yeah, I believe that's the
children to respect human rights.
You can break a human right? I am a member of PRESS, which is the Norwegian name for Save the Children's Youth Organization in Norway.
I'm Ariadna. I'm from Moldova, Chisinau. Here I'm the member of Child Advisory Team, and I'm representing my country and the children from Moldova. Here we talk about what it means to be child human rights defenders, how it to be, what challenges they face, the children who are human rights defenders, how government can help them, how we can make more information to be child friendly.
And this is short answer. No, if anyone will ask how many experts. Myself Ankit, I am from India, and I am also part of Children's Parliament, and Neighbourhood Children's Parliament and National Children's Parliament. I'm Health Minister.
Was that what you said? Because I was going to say ask questions.
Yeah, just ask questions, talk.
Yeah. A children's rights defender is a child who is willing to stand up for their own and other children's rights. We could do that when it comes to getting everyone involved before the Day of General Discussion, or even in it at that time, so we can quickly change it. Then that would be really good. Just like one-on-one courses with some of the adults, because we have a lot more adults than I expected. How you become a children's rights defender is joining these organisations or just helping other children out.
Rights impact on your life because they keep us safe and healthy. They're there to help us grow as human beings.
What we've got to be for children's human rights defenders is brave and confident that you can speak out for your stories or for your rights.
Of course, the process itself with the children's advisor, it demonstrates very clearly that children can help us adults to understand what we need to talk about, and specifically also the committee. I'm very pleased to see how the committee is really open and interested to prepare this Day of General Discussion together with the children. There are 2 committee members involved this week in the workshop.
I'm Mikiko Otani from Japan. I'm a member of the United Nations Committee on the Rights of the Child. I'm working with Luis, my colleague, another member of the Committee on the Rights of the Child, to prepare for the Day of General Discussion 2018 on the theme of protecting and empowering children as human rights defenders.
Para nosotros es importante porque los niños son un actor central en el desarrollo de las políticas y nada se puede construir sin su opinión. Lo que nos aporta la palabra de los niños, la voz de los niños, es experiencias muy concretas. Cuando los adultos solo bla bla bla, los niños nos dicen esto es así, nosotros lo vivimos así, y esa experiencia concreta, tangible de su vida para nosotros es fundamental para poder pensar hacia adelante.
Don't pressure them on what to do. What that means is putting too much information in their head at the wrong time, just before it happens, and it gives them a lot of stress.
We've been working on how to make the Day of General Discussion as child-friendly and as easy to understand and participate in for children as we can.
It's so exciting. We are learning from the children, and for example, when we produced the concept paper for this Day of General Discussion, it's a long paper and it's not friendly, not only to the children but also to anybody else. But talking with the children, they help a lot. They help us a lot how to make ourselves more understandable or more friendly to everybody.
What was happening before we all got together in Geneva was that we went out and we asked lots of children in other parts of the world what were the major issues for them as human rights defenders and children. And they sent us in lots and lots of responses. And so what we have done is we have collected all those responses and put them into these 5 themes. And you can see the themes on the wall: not being safe, not being allowed, not having enough information. Those are the kinds of themes. So what's happening right now is that each one of our child advisors has taken one of these themes. So behind me, Cameron has picked the theme of not being taken seriously. That's a really important theme. And he's standing at that theme, and what's happening is that each one of the important adults in this room who are going to be involved in the day of general discussion, so members of the committee, members of the Office of High Commissioner of Human Rights, they're going round one by one and talking to each of the children about what's on the poster.
It's just changing people's mentality about participating and trying to be human rights defenders and their rights, and trying to have like wider support for it. But one thing that also came up like a lot was making it easier for like children to write to national newspapers and such, and making it easier for their voices to be heard. When
I first went into that room with all the adults, I felt excited, and I had that feeling where I thought, shouldn't I feel nervous because this is like adults? What if they don't listen to me? But I never. I just wanted to get started and advice to other kids that are going in, I don't know when, like next year, this year, that don't be scared about these things because you're doing good.
Well, when I was speaking to adults, how it felt to me was I was actually quite fine with it, really. And my only advice I can really give to you is practice over practice over practice in your home or something, or with your parents. Practice makes perfect. Because I like the balance, you could say. The difference it will make with children in the planning is it's actually children in the planning for something that involves children. It kind of makes sense.
And by doing this, I hope that I've gotten through to adults that children can do as much as adults can do, and I hope that we improve the DGD, and hope that other children can contribute to it, and I hope that we keep improving.